Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. So what we have here is my New England Firearms single shot 12 gauge, and like a lot of other people, I really like this just single shot break barrel shotgun as just a really good woods gun or survival gun. It's very simple. The 12 gauge chambering is with a slug can bring down pretty much anything in North America. With birdshot, you can take birds and small game and different things. And one of the accessories that I found that has kind of added some extra versatility to this shotgun is these. And these are little adapters that adapt your shotgun to a different caliber. So this one adapts it to 9mm, and this one adapts it to 22 long rifle. So very cool accessories, really adds even more versatility to the single shot shotgun. And so these ones I purchased probably about a year and a half ago. These ones are smooth bore adapters. They're not rifled. So accuracy I do think is going to be a little bit limited on these. And at the end of the video I am going to do an accuracy test on these adapters to really see kind of what you can get out of them. But there's really two places I found that you can pick these up. The first one is Short Lane, and their website is gunadapters.com. They even laser etch it right on there for you. So gunadapters.com is one place. The other place that I found is shotgunadapters.com, I believe. I'll annotate that website. So I think there is another place making them. And I suppose if you knew somebody that had a milling machine or a lathe, you could even make one of these on your own. It's not that difficult of a concept. So kind of an interesting idea. They are a little on the heavy side. These are, depending on which one you get, the 9mm has a little bit more metal removed, obviously, a little bit bigger hole than the 22. So this one weighs right around 5 ounces. It is steel. It is a carbon steel. I don't know if you can tell, but it does have just a little bit of rust on it. So you do need to keep these oiled up, otherwise you can risk some rust. I do think it'd be a worthwhile improvement if they offered a stainless version of this, especially being used in the outdoors so much. This one is a 22 adapter. Now you'll notice that the hole's a little offset. That is because these are a rimfire cartridge, and so in order to be hit properly by the firing pin in here, it has to be offset. So you can rotate this in there and align it. I just align it at 12 o'clock. And that's what I like to do. So let's just take these now. Oh, by the way, this one, the 22, weighs 5.4 ounces. So just a little bit heavier than the 9mm. They offer these. I've seen them in lots of other calibers: 357 Magnum, 38 Special, lots of the popular handgun cartridges. Also, you could convert your shotgun down to like a 410. I do think that maybe converting this down to a 410 would be a cool idea. You could carry a lot more ammo, and you'd maybe pulverize small game just a little bit less if shooting them with a 410 than you would compared to a 12 gauge. So cool idea. We're going to take these down and we'll shoot some targets with them and just see what kind of accuracy we can get out of these. Again, the current ones that are rifled, you'll probably be able to do a little bit better out of those. Alright guys, so we're going to be shooting at that target right there. It's a little turkey. And so the way we're going to load this up, just throw the adapter in the gun. Rotate this to 12 o'clock because this is the 22. Just going to throw our ammo in there. Now what we're shooting, this is a Federal 40 grain solid bullet. It's called Federal target ammo, but it's not really that much better than just, bulk ammo. Alright, so we got that loaded up. So let's take our shot. I will be shooting just from the sitting position. Have these, I just jerry-rigged up some shooting sticks. This is just a sapling I cut down, and then I just tied some paracord around it. So this does provide a pretty solid shooting position and something fairly realistic that you could, do in the woods if you're hunting. So let's line this up. We'll just take 3 shots with the 22, walk down there and see how we did. We're shooting right now at about maybe 30 yards, maybe 25. I'm just kind of guesstimating. I didn't really walk it off. Alright, there's one. The way you're going to unload this gun is going to try to kick this adapter out. So you just going to want to put your thumb over that so it can't, eject the shell. There you go. Hit it right there on the rim. And you will need something to knock that out. They ship it with just a little metal, a little metal piece that you can stick in there. I just use a little chamber indicator, and that works out pretty well. So you just, pop it out from the other end, and you're ready to reload. Alright, so inspecting the target, just got down here. Here's the little turkey we're shooting at. And there's my hand for comparison, so it's not huge. And I found my 3 shots. There, and there, so all high. That's maybe a 3 or 4 inch group, maybe a 3 inch group. So they all went high. I was just putting the bead of the shotgun straight in the center here. So we'll go back and shoot maybe 3 more shots with the 22. Now that we know where to hold, I'll maybe just aim right here at the bottom and see if we can get a pattern here in the turkey. All right, so inspecting the damage, we've got 1 shot here, 1 shot here in the head, and 1 shot all the way down here. So that's a really terrible group. That's like a foot wide at 30 yards. I'm inclined to believe that this is, this 3-inch group here is more kind of what it's capable of. I'm not really happy with that last group at all. That's terrible. I'm going to take 1 more group and just try to get something, somewhat close to the inside. Alright, looking at this target, I did fire 3 more 22 shots at it, and I found 2 more hits right here and here, probably 4 inches apart, and I can't even find the 3rd hit. So I'm not sure what's going on here. It was rested. I got a good trigger pull every time. It's just a small smoothbore gun with a bead sight, and just not getting a lot of accuracy out of it. The other thing that may be happening is my first group, right here was about 3 inches, which wasn't, terrible. That was kind of, a usable accuracy. The rest of these have really spread out. What may be going on is that it was clean for those first few shots, and that now that the barrel's kind of dirty, maybe it's throwing the shots a little bit more. I'm not sure. I'm not noticing any major keyholing or anything with these rounds. They seem to be flying somewhat straight, just not very accurately. So let's go try out the 9mm, see if it can do any better. Alright, so we weren't getting very good accuracy out of that 22. Now we're going to try this 9mm adapter. This is smoothbore also. And the ammo that we're going to be using is just Blazer 115 grain Full Metal Jacket brass case ammo. So you notice it pops in there nice and snug. So we'll throw this in the gun. We're going to be shooting off the same shooting sticks. And the shooting sticks are pretty solid. I've been very happy with that. It's a very solid shooting position. I'm getting good trigger presses, and so overall, shooting fundamentals wise, I feel like I'm doing pretty good. We just weren't able to really get the accuracy out of the 22 that I would like to see. So let's try 9mm. 3 shots, center mass is how I'm aiming. Alright, so looking here, we did take 3 shots, and from what I can tell, 1 shot finally did actually hit our turkey. So we do have a shot right there. I was aiming right here, so not too bad of accuracy. If they were all in here, I'd be happy. Unfortunately, we have another one down here. It actually took out one of my nails. So put a round down here, good, maybe a foot away. And I can't even find the 3rd one, so I think maybe it just missed the target altogether. So, really shoddy accuracy out of it, really not that good at all. I'm definitely understanding why people are starting to rifle these things, and they're not still selling them as smoothbores, because that accuracy is just really dismal. So let's go shoot 3 more shots, and then we can wrap up with some final thoughts. Alright, so we took 3 more shots with the 9mm, and a little bit better. So we took 3 shots, they ended up here, here, and here. So maybe a 4-inch string across there at the top. Definitely a little bit more usable than what we were looking at before, which was like, a foot pattern. So definitely a bit better. I don't know what changed, you know, if I was just a little more stable or what, but better pattern here. So. Alright guys, so the adapters did allow us to reliably fire different calibers through the shotgun. You know, I didn't have any malfunctions or any major issues with these. You know, they did fire every time, and so that is one positive of these adapters. Now, the downsides are that with the 9mm, about the best 3-shot group we got was about 4 inches at 30 yards. The 22, we did get about a 3-inch group at 30 yards, but neither of the groups were centered. They were a little bit sporadic, and at other times, you know, we were getting groups that were about a foot in diameter, so really not all that accurate. So my recommendation would be that if you are interested in these adapters, which I do think they are a really cool concept, it really does give you a lot more versatility, I would check in more with the rifled adapters. I think that rifling is definitely going to be an improvement. Still don't expect like match accuracy or anything, but I think it'll definitely make these a lot more usable when they're rifled. So you know, if you're in the market for these, I definitely insist on getting a rifled version. These smoothbore ones are just kind of hit or miss, you know. They just don't always, you know, pan out that well. Another thing I've noticed with these is that when they start, you know, after you've put maybe, well, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 shots through here, and they start to get a little bit of dirt and, you know, a little dirty, it becomes a little bit harder to actually pop that casing out of there, especially 9mm. So you definitely need to carry, you know, a good stiff rod or something to be able to shove that out of. This little plastic one that I was using started bending quite a bit, and you know, after a few more shots, I'm not sure this could even pop the casing out. So just keep that in mind. So overall, you know, as far as price goes, I think I paid around $30 for these ones when I got them, which I thought was, you know, somewhat fair. I think the price on these, now that they've been rifled, and now that they've got a little bit more publicity and they're, you know, putting out a little bit more volume, they've raised the price to around $40 per adapter. So I would say they are definitely something that's still worthwhile, definitely something to check into. But because they weigh right around 5 ounces and they're not all that cheap, it's not something that I'm going to carry a bunch of. You know, if I'm carrying maybe like a 9mm handgun with me, then it would maybe make sense to have the 9mm adapter. Or, you know, if I just, you know, I'm carrying 12 gauge and I just want some more versatility, maybe some small game options, you know, maybe carry a 22 with you. So definitely a interesting option, something to check out and research a little bit more for yourself. If you have any questions about these, feel free to leave that in the comments. I'd be happy to answer anything if I didn't cover it in the video. Hope you all have a nice day. If you like what you saw, feel free to subscribe. I'd appreciate that. And thanks for watching.